Kanye West just made a move that has everyone talking, and it's not another Yeezy drop. He's quietly listed his Calabasas condo for a cool $3 million, but here's the real twist. This is the same property he got in the divorce from Kim Kardashian. And now, it's making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Behind the flashy price tag is a growing storm, one that includes unpaid property taxes, abandoned mansions, and a lifestyle that's raising more eyebrows by the day. What's really going on behind Kanye's real estate shakeup? To really understand why this condo matters, we need to rewind a bit. Back in 2017, Kanye bought the Calabasas unit for around $1.6 million. But this wasn't just any bachelor pad, it became a design obsession. He gutted the place and rebuilt it in collaboration with renowned Belgian architect Vincent van Duysen, turning it into a brutalist all-concrete space that looked more like an art exhibit than a home. It was minimalist to the extreme: no furniture, no color, no comfort, just raw concrete and Kanye's vision of perfection. When he and Kim Kardashian split in 2021, this condo was one of the few assets he walked away with. At the time, it seemed like just another piece of the massive empire he'd built. But in the years since, it's become something else entirely, a symbol of Kanye's unraveling relationship with property, permanence, and maybe even stability itself. But here's where things get messy. According to official records, Kanye hasn't paid property taxes on this Calabasas condo since 2023. The unpaid amount, over $60,000 in, that's just for this one property. Reports say his total property tax debt across California could be hovering between $365,000 to $450,000. For someone once called a billionaire, that's a staggering oversight. Or a deliberate move. The timing is raising serious questions. Why list the condo now? Is it to pay off the debt? Is the empire crumbling behind the scenes while Kanye poses in Brazil with Bianca? Whatever the reason, the unpaid taxes add fuel to an already growing fire, and fans are starting to connect the dots. But this Calabasas listing isn't just some random real estate shuffle, it's a warning sign. Because when you zoom out, the full picture of Kanye's property empire tells a very different story than the headlines would have you believe. For years, Kanye was known for flexing his fortune through property. He once bragged about having more land than Disney, and from Wyoming to Malibu, he was scooping up homes like they were sneakers. But today, that empire seems to be unraveling one property at a time. Let's start with Malibu. Kanye dropped a jaw-dropping $57 million on a Tadao Ando-designed oceanfront mansion, only to gut it and walk away. Neighbors say it's been sitting abandoned for months, windows blown out, plumbing stripped, interior destroyed. What was once a minimalist architectural dream now looks more like a post-apocalyptic set. And here's the kicker: he never finished the renovations. It's just rotting. Then there's his Yeezy headquarters in West Hollywood, a space once hyped as the creative, the core of his fashion empire. But it's been eerily quiet. No staff, no movement, just an empty shell collecting dust while unpaid tax notices pile up. Fans who once admired his visionary projects are now wondering if the vision itself has disappeared. And let's not forget the infamous Wyoming ranch. $14 million of wide-open land that symbolized his escape from Hollywood and the mainstream. That too has gone silent. No new music retreats, no updates, nothing. What once represented artistic freedom now feels like just another abandoned chapter. Add to that reports that Kanye is behind on multiple tax bills across California. And you've got more than just a messy real estate portfolio, you've got a possible financial unraveling. Not bankruptcy level, but definitely not the image of control he once projected. And all the while, Kanye doesn't seem fazed. He's not staying in any of these properties. He's been seen all over the world: Tokyo, Milan, now Brazil, staying in hotels or luxury rentals with his wife Bianca. Santori, no sign of planting roots, no home base, just movement and more headlines. So, the big question fans are starting to ask, is this all part of a bigger plan, or is Kanye's empire quietly collapsing behind the scenes? Here's where things get even weirder. While the Calabasas condo sits on the market and other properties fall apart, Kanye just made another bold move. He reportedly dropped $35 million on a brand new mansion in Beverly Hills. Not just any mansion, this place is massive, ultra-modern and dripping with luxury. Think floor-to-ceiling glass, infinity pools, a private theater, and enough marble to make the Vatican blush. So now people are asking, how does someone who's allegedly behind on hundreds of thousands in property taxes turn around and buy one of the most expensive homes in? Some think it's just Kanye being Kanye, spending big without worrying about the consequences. Others believe it's all smoke and mirrors. a distraction to keep people from noticing what's falling apart behind the scenes. Because if you really look at it, it doesn't add up. On one hand, you've got unpaid tax notices and properties crumbling under neglect. On the other, you've got a flashy new mega mansion and luxury vacations with Bianca. And let's not forget, he's no longer the golden boy of billionaires. Adidas cut ties. GAP walked away. Forbes even took him off their billionaire list. So where is the money really coming from? It almost feels like Kanye's playing a game of real estate musical chairs, offloading old properties as quietly as possible while distracting the world with new headlines. But when the music stops, who's going to be left holding the bill? So, why does this matter? Why should anyone care that Kanye West is listing a condo, skipping tax payments, or buying yet another mansion? Because this isn't just about real estate, it's about the unraveling of a public figure who was once untouchable. It's about watching a man who built himself into a cultural and financial empire now leave pieces of that empire behind, and acting like none of it matters. For years, Kanye positioned himself as more than just a rapper. He was a designer, a mogul, a free thinker. He wasn't just playing the game, he was trying to rewrite it. From Yeezy's multi-billion valuation to his infamous "I'm $53 million in debt" tweet that somehow turned into a comeback story. Kanye's financial life has always been part of his mythos. But this feels different. This is the Kanye who once told Forbes he was the greatest artist God ever created, now dodging tax collectors. This is the Kanye who promised to build cities, schools, and a fashion revolution, now leaving multi-million-dollar properties to rot. And fans are noticing. The comments aren't just about the clothes or the music anymore, they're about the contradictions, the chaos, the disconnect between what Kanye says he stands for and what his actions actually show. Even if you take the money out of it, this shift in behavior raises deeper questions. Is Kanye intentionally burning down the empire he built? Is he rejecting the very system he once tried to dominate? Or is this something darker, a sign that things are spinning out of control behind the scenes? And there's another layer, the Kardashian connection. This condo wasn't just any piece of real estate. It was tied to Kim. It was part of the division of assets in one of the most public celebrity divorces of the decade. Letting go of it now, under financial strain, while Kim continues to rise with new business ventures and controlled branding, paints a very different picture of where each of them stands post-divorce. In the world of celebrity, image is everything. And right now, Kanye's image is shifting fast from visionary billionaire to wandering recluse, from empire builder to empire abandoner. The man who once bought real estate to make statements is now selling it to cover debts. And whether that's strategic, symbolic, or just sad, it's hard to look away. At the end of the day, this isn't just a story about a $3 million condo in Calabasas. It's about a paterna's slow, unraveling trail of broken projects, unpaid bills, and silence. Where there used to be spectacle. Kanye West has always been unpredictable, but this latest move feels less like reinvention and more like retreat. From designing billion-dollar sneakers to sleeping in hotel rooms while mansions decay, the contrast couldn't be more striking. The man who once shouted his genius from rooftops now lets abandoned properties and tax notices do the talking. And while some fans still believe this is all part of a bigger master plan, others are quietly wondering if Kanye's empire is folding in on itself, one unpaid tax bill at a time. So here's the question. Is Kanye finally letting go of the past, or is he slowly losing control of the future? Let us know what you think in the comments.